All right, let's get things started. Happy Friday, everyone. Thank you for joining us, taking a little bit of time out of your day. We really do appreciate it. Today, we are going to be talking about all things Red Team Flex here. But before we get started, I did want to uh, present who is on the call today. So you have myself. My name is Ben Wolf. I'm an enterprise account executive here at RedTeam. I come from 6 years of construction technology background at Procore, Bluebeam, and now more recently here at RedTeam, which I've been loving. I'm joined by my colleague Cinthia Gil, who's our senior industry specialist, comes from 10 years of construction background. So she is an expert on the platform, and she will be walking us through RedTeam Flex today. So before we jump in, though, I want to tell you a little bit about who we are. So we are built for contractors by contractors. So what does that mean? Well, we are a little bit unique insofar as that we were actually founded by a general contractor, a gentleman by the name of Michael Wright back in 2006. And we sell specifically to commercial general contractors. Flash forward to today, Michael is still our chief strategy officer, and he splits his time between the GC where he works and with us here at RedTeam. So as you can imagine, the feedback is direct, it's immediate, it's effective, and helps keep our RedTeam Flex platform best in class. Another couple call outs here are our accounting integrations with RedTeam Flex. I did want to mention these up front before we let Cinthia jump in. We partner with Acumatica, QuickBooks Online, Sage 100, Sage 300, and Sage Intacct. Okay, so without further ado, I'll pass it over to Cinthia to walk us through RedTeam Flex.
Thank you, Ben. And good morning and good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining. I am going to share my screen. All right. Well, what you're seeing right now is RedTeam Flex. I am going to spend a few minutes just going over general navigation so that you can see what it looks like and also some of the functionality. RedTeam Flex is built for commercial general contractors doing mostly negotiated contracts, and we have all of the features in place for that in here. We also have another software solution for project managers. It's RedTeam Go, but today we're going to be talking about RedTeam Flex specifically. All right, this is the dashboard, what you first see when you log in. It is configurable, so you can use the information cards that you'd like on the screen, or you can remove them. Also, the roles and permissions are configurable as well. So if you have a large office team, different departments, and you would prefer different departments to have access to different things inside of RedTeam, we can make it so. The goal of this software is to have the entire operations team live inside of RedTeam, meaning they don't have to go into an accounting system to approve invoices. They can do that in here. Also, expenses from the field. If they go to Home Depot, Lowe's, and buy something using a company credit card, they can charge or put those into the application, the mobile app, and those will be routed using RedTeam Flex. Right. To go from job to job, you can do so right here. In the employees module, we manage things like OSHA certifications, first aid, timesheets, expenses. We have equipment here that you can manage inside of RedTeam. Anything that you own, that can be laptops, cell phones, iPads, company vehicles, job site equipment, anything that you own that you assign to an employee or a project site, you can keep track of those items in here. They also have their own menus as well. This software is all inclusive, so it has everything from pre-construction through closeout. But as I'm going through these menus, I also want to point out that it has features for all the departments to utilize inside of RedTeam. So we want this to be the single source of truth for your organization. So that's the reason why we include so many different items in the software. In the vendor menu, we track all of the companies that you hire to do work on the job sites. This is a very robust vendor menu, allowing project managers, estimators, the accounting department to see things that pertain to their roles and can help them out, maybe some analytics on the vendors. Navigating into a vendor menu, we see contacts, We manage credentials. If you are in the compliance department, you will be able to manage certificates of insurance and any other requirements that you have for your subcontractors inside of RedTeam. We can see how many projects this subcontractor is working on right now, 15. So if we want to maybe not run into manpower issues, we may not want to award another job to this subcontractor. Payments that we've issued them can be seen in here. Claims, we do manage lien waivers, lien releases. In here, you can create your own forms and have those signed by the subcontractors when they're submitting their pay applications to you. Estimators can have access to a list of all of the subcontract agreements that have been given to this company and all the change orders to keep that into account when they're putting together an estimate. We have a customer menu as well, where you can keep tabs on pay applications that your project managers have submitted to owners. We can do AR aging reports. We also have a way to store unit rates and unit prices. So if you have a master agreement with a client and you would like to store those rates in RedTeam, you can do that. The benefit of doing that in here is that if you have a project manager, maybe several PMs working with the same client, and you want them all to have the same unit rates and bill using those unit rates, you can make it so. So RedTeam will grab all of those rates and push them right directly into the projects that you're doing with those clients. We also manage third parties, which are architects, engineers, and those entities. Opportunities. This is a page that allows a business development manager in your office to manage their leads. So you'll be able to track all of the opportunities in here and run analytics based on those items and reports.
Hey, Cynthia, for the opportunities when you're doing when you're managing and nurturing those ahead of a project, are you able to then convert those to a project after?
Yes, great question, Ben. So you have the ability to convert those opportunities into a project. Benefit of that is that project managers will have insight on the interactions between the BDM and the business development manager and the owner. So yes, great question. You also have the
Thank you.
ability to just create a job. Oh, you're welcome. You also have the ability to create a job from scratch if you prefer, or to skip everything in estimating and just create a project in progress to manage the construction process. So a lot of flexibility, hence RedTeam Flex. So you have a lot of flexibility here. In the project's landing page, you will be able to configure the menu that you see here. Maybe bring in some columns that you wish to see, remove ones that you don't need to see. Here you'll be able to see all of the bids and those projects that you need to put together pricing on. So here you'll be able to manage those items. And if you have a project executive in your office and you need to start thinking about resources that you need to allocate for the projects that you have in the pipeline, this is a great way to do so by just exploring these items. What is the likelihood of you receiving these projects and allocating personnel? Maybe you need to hire people if your pipeline is lengthy. We also have a work in progress tab where you can keep tabs on the financial health of your company. It is live and it is going to be up to date as long as you're managing a lot of financials in RedTeam, which, by the way, we have all of the financial tools that you need in here to manage your project's financials. And like Ben said, we have great accounting integrations. Back into the projects menu, I am going to access one that is in pre-construction. Every job in RedTeam has a dashboard. It looks like this, and every job also has this home icon that allows you to see all of the features available inside of the project. We have here pre-construction. I am going to go ahead and click on this project setup to show you some of the items that we have in here. We track a lot of details when you're creating the project. For example, scope details where you can fine tune exactly who the owner is, the scope of work, when you need to have pricing, when you agree that you would like to have pricing back to them by. Configure your project preferences, which includes job specific unit rates if you have those. retention that we will mirror with your subcontracts, negotiated unit rates here or markups for your future change orders, etc. In the plans and specs, you will upload those plans and specs that you received, and in here you can we do have OCR, so you'll be able to upload them and we can relabel them for you. In the cost estimate section, you can build your estimate. This is similar to a cloud-based Excel where you can, tap through, it's autosave. You'll be able to put together your cost estimate. Inside of RedTeam, we do have a difference between cost and price, which sets us apart from other competitors, meaning your estimator will put together what the cost is for the project. And in this case, it's 1.9 million for this project that we're putting together. However, the price for the project will be 2.6 million. The difference between those numbers are overhead and profit, supplemental markups that we've added, and that's company money. So the project manager will only have up to $1.9 million to manage this project. Any other item that you see in here will be realized as company operational revenue.
Hey, Cynthia, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
When it comes to cost versus price, I just want to make sure if my owners aren't going to see that, right? They're just going to see the price, right?
That's correct. Great question. So this right here is an internal view. We also have an external view, which I'm glad you brought that up. We have here a negotiated pricing report. So let's say that your owners, they want to see actually how you came up with that number, but you're not necessarily going to show them the cost. You can bring in this report and show it to them, and it'll only show price in here, not cost. And it'll show exactly how you came up with $2.6 million for the cost of the project.
Perfect.
Yeah, good question. Okay, here we also have bid packages. Like I said, we are specifically for those general contractors in the commercial space doing negotiated contracts or construction management at risk. And in here we have bid packages that you can put together. So for these packages, you'll be able to invite subcontractors based on qualifications. So you can add different bidders in here. And as you filter through your qualifications, the list on the side here will be condensed down to those subcontractors that meet those criteria. We've invited 5 subcontractors to bid on this electrical package. And if you notice, some of the items are highlighted in yellow. That means that I wanted to go ahead and purchase some items from this bidder and other items from this other subcontractor, like the chiller, low voltage switchgear. I went ahead and went with this subcontractor. But as your prices are coming in, you'll be able to open up their quote cards and see exactly their bid amounts, what made up those numbers. You'll be able to drag and drop their quotes if they're not very tech savvy and they can't do it on their own. But we have bid
And
packages here.
Cynthia, if I have those quote cards up side by side, like let's say I have 3 of them up, I'm able to update the information in those, and it updates the back end too, all in real time.
That's right. Great question. So as if let's say I am on the phone with this subcontractor and he says, "Oh, I made a mistake. It's actually going to be 300,000." I can make those changes here, and automatically they will reflect on the background. That's correct.
Oh wow. Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Great question. Okay. We have vendor quotes in this page where we can see across all of the bid packages, all of the subcontractors that we've invited to bid. And from here, we are able to start generating those subcontract agreements. Again, in the negotiated space, oftentimes you will begin the process of construction before you finalize the contract with the client. So that is something we facilitate inside of RedTeam, being able to create your subcontractor contract and negotiate that with the subcontractor before you send it out for signature. The advantage of this is that anything that the subcontractor provided pricing on will automatically be populated in the subcontract schedule of values. So that would be the benefit. Otherwise, you can create a subcontract from scratch during construction and just manually create the schedule of values. We have here the ability for you to submit a construction proposal to the client. You can have some different proposal format templates in here. Out of the box, we have construction management at risk proposal types or CMGC. Some GCs refer to that as with that name. And as you configure the settings for this proposal, RedTeam will generate a proposal package based on your configurations, ready to be sent to the owner. So we have the price here, 2.6, and you can have RedTeam include different attachments. I've wanted to include my plans and specs so that they can click on these items, schedule of values I'm proposing. You can decide to show them your subcontractor quotes or not, unit prices, and then last but not least, I said, let me go ahead and attach this breakdown so that they can see exactly how I came up with that number.
Hey, Cynthia,
Mhm.
in terms of getting like the proposal executed with the owner, would they download it, sign it, and send it back, or what would that look like? Is there a way to sign?
Yeah, great question. So with these proposals, if you have a DocuSign account, we can facilitate the integration and you can have these signed electronically. Otherwise, out of the box, we give you the ability to email this to the client directly from RedTeam. They don't have to log into the system. They'll be able to click on a link and see exactly the same page that you're seeing right now. They can add comments on the side, sign it, and attach it back in here for you to see.
Oh, awesome. Great.
Yeah, great question. Okay. All right, so that is an overview of pre-construction. I am going to now touch on the construction side of the software. I navigated to a project in construction and we have a dashboard just the same. Every job, regardless of the status, will also have an online plan room. The online plan room allows you to share information with clients, also with subcontractors, without them having to log into your system. So for example, if I send you this link right now, you'll be able to click on the link and access this website. In here, you can see photos of the project that I wanted to share with you. Plans and specs, the latest and greatest that I can download right from here. I can print them out if I wanted to. Submittals and RFIs and the schedule. Now, with these tabs, I can decide, well, I don't want to show my submittals and RFIs. I only want to share my plans and specs and maybe the schedule. But you will be able to configure what you want to show in your plan room. And we do have a few more options that you can also share if you'd like.
So Cynthia, if I bookmark that link you send me, I can just always reference it and it'll have the latest up to date of all those things, of all those categories you show.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
Yep. Awesome. Every project also has project documents. So you are able to create your own folders. You can upload your files. And down here, we have a Red Team project folder structure. So every single job in Red Team will come with this structure here, and Red Team will automatically link files related to these folders so that you can have access to them right in here. But you also have the option to create your own folders and upload your own files to those folders. Okay, so using some navigations here within the project, we have the ability to manage the prime contract and also change orders in here. Change orders are the workflow for these is very much aligned with a negotiated contract where we track a lot of information before submitting a proposal change order to the client. That includes receiving quotes from subcontractors, creating a proposal package um, for that change order and sending it to the client. We do have the capacity in here to build a GMP just from this process alone. So if you have a pre-construction contract that you submitted previously and the job is based on that pre-construction contract, later on when it's time for you to develop the GMP, or the guaranteed maximum price contract, you'll be able to do so in this change order workflow and submit it for approval. In the budget, we have all of the items that the estimator added as a cost component of the project, and project managers can do budget modifications. They can track their actuals for each cost code. They'll also be able to drill down into a lot of those hyperlinks and see what makes up those open amounts. The at-risk and contingency columns are the human intuition that's being applied to the budget. So for example, if you say, well, I budgeted $64,000, but I think I'm only going to spend $54,000, you have that ability to apply that intuition to the budget and track your over and under. You can add notes on the side. And a cool fact is that RedTeam will auto-generate a forecast report. This is called a financial overview, where you can share this with your CFO and they can see currently where you're sitting at on profit at the end of the job, net working capital, and all of these things are part of this report. No configuration necessary in this one. We have a buyout tab, and in this tab, we do things like create subcontract agreements, purchase orders. Yes, you will have the ability to create as many templates as you'd like in here. Each one can have different terms and conditions, different requirements for insurance. We manage vendor invoices in here as well. So like I said, we want project managers to never leave this environment. They can see invoices that subcontractors have submitted. And RedTeam does allow subcontractors to submit their own invoices against their schedule of values, and they're never going to be able to bill over the SOV amounts. And also they'll never be able to bill for change orders that you've never issued. So we protect you against that. And project managers will be able to approve those invoices inside of RedTeam before accounting has them, and those are sent to the accounting system for payment. Pay applications reside in this tab. I am opening up a template that's meant for GMPs. So this is a template that has, it's an AI style format, and it has the capacity to have backup documents within the pay application. So if the owner obtained a bank loan and they need to have backup documents for every single item that you're billing for, we make it easy inside of RedTeam to do that. Also, you can attach photos to the pay application. Maybe you have stored materials that you're billing for and you just want to capture the picture and attach it to your pay app. You can do that as well. Dialogue, which is a section where you can house all of your templates. Out of the box, we do give you templates. For example, you're going to have RFI templates, letters. You'll be able to send emails from RedTeam, transmittal, files. Those things come out of the box. And if you want to create more templates for your PMs to utilize, you can do so as well. Part of the subscription. We're not charging you extra for that. We also have meeting minutes and agendas, by the way. In this progress tab, we manage daily reports. Superintendents will have access to a mobile application. They can create their daily reports in there, attach photos to those dailies. You'll be able to run reports based on which companies were on the job site. Unlimited checklists you'll be able to create for your safety and compliance. We also have a native built-in schedule, and this is a schedule that can be built inside of RedTeam. You can also copy the schedule from a previous job that you've done and make it job specific. The last option is you can import it from an MS Project file and then make edits in RedTeam. This is very nice because it allows you to also publish this on your online plan room. However, if you wanted to use your own scheduling system, because let's say the government requires you to use Primavera, which is a common software, you are able to use it and upload here the PDF copy inside of your project documents folder and share that amongst the team. We do have a contact list for the project. And if you need to send something out to, let's say, an inspector. Maybe you need to send the inspector some reports out of Red Team, but they're not part of your contact list. You don't have to worry about adding them to the directory to then add them to the project. Right from the same page that you're sending that correspondence, you can add new contacts right on the project. So that would be a benefit of Red Team as well. Last but not least, we do have submittals. We have a workflow, and you'll be able to build your submittal list here, request submittals from subcontractors. They do not have to log in, by the way, to upload the requested items. They can upload them via a link that we send them and upload their files. They can see the status of the other submittals that we've requested from them, and all of that, again, without needing to log in. So that's pretty awesome. We have a submittal log that you will have access to. A lot of information. Because we have a lot of info, we do give you the ability to review the entire submittal log in this format, and you can remove columns that you're not necessarily wanting to see. So a more easy to read format. Okay, well, Ben, this is my short overview of RedTeam Flex. Let me know if you have any questions that popped up in the chat.
Yeah, other than the questions I asked throughout, let me look here. No, it looks like no questions from the group. But Cinthia, thank you so much. I felt like you covered so much in a short period of time. And I know, we could get gone a lot deeper into a lot of these different tools. So thanks for that. Let me share back my screen. So some of the key takeaways from today, with RedTeam Flex, you're able to connect your accounting, operations, field teams all under one system. Best in class for GCs, especially in the negotiated contract space, manage and share projects, financials, all in one solution. And you're able to integrate your accounting, finance through our integration partners that I mentioned previously. And it's all one solution, right? So you're not buying independent, separate, multiple modules or a disconnected platform. It's all one software, RedTeam Flex. And then, of course, as always, we have our RedTeam contractor-friendly pricing. We're very transparent about our pricing. It's on our website. Feel free to go there and look at it. And I know we had some folks join a little bit later in the call. So, we always upload these to our YouTube channel. So feel free to go to our YouTube page, RedTeam. But not only that, we will send you this video recording link since you've joined us today automatically to your email. So feel free to go back and watch that. If you'd like to learn more about RedTeam Flex with Cinthia and I, feel free to book a meeting here. Or if you want to talk about your company specific questions and whether it would be a fit for you, same thing, book a meeting with us there. We also have here a RedTeam Flex versus Procore guide as well. And with that, thank you so much. Let me just check one more time. I don't see any other questions. Again, thank you so much for taking time on your Friday. Hope you have a lovely weekend and a great 4th of July. And thank you, Cinthia.
Thanks, Ben. Bye.
Take care, everyone.